What's going on, guys? It's Eric again. Just gonna do one of these here, maybe. There we go. What's going on, guys? It's Eric again, back with another video. I hope you kind of like some of the decor that I put up here. I got the Detroit Lions kind of sun hat kind of sent right on the door right there. And the Detroit Lions, I'll just get right out of the way here. This Detroit Lions and Detroit Tigers wall art here. My wife got me for my birthday. We decided to kind of put it up here in this room and just kind of go with it here. I don't know if it needs painted though. There is some rust spots starting to come on here, so I don't know if it needs to be painted or if it just needs to be maybe scuffed out, maybe put some kind of protectant on it. I don't know what kind of protectant you put on metal, anything like that. So if anyone in the comments knows that comes across this video, I only have a very low subscriber count right now, but if you guys know what kind of protectant I can put on this right back here, let me know. Anyway, kind of want to get into the Detroit Lions here. For the last 2 weeks since I haven't made a video in a while, only because of family stuff kind of going on. I've just been a busy person. I just do this as a hobby. Anyway, they destroyed the Texans and they pretty much handled the Green Bay Packers. I will put it that way. This team is a well-oiled machine. I'm kind of being a broken record here since the last time I made a video. This team is a well-oiled machine. Aiden Hutchinson kind of being gone, and now Brian Branch being ejected, and I don't know if he'll be. I don't know the ramifications of if he'll be out the next game. I still have to research that. I haven't even researched that at all. We'll have to see how that kind of comes on here. But it's kind of this next man up mentality that the Detroit Lions have, and it's kind of what Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, and Ben Johnson have kind of envisioned for this team for quite some time on here. Now, let's be completely honest here, guys. Kind of talking about the coaches here. Ben Johnson is most likely being gone after this season. If he doesn't take a job after this season, regardless of what the Detroit Lions do, I think that's going to be a disservice to him. The man is a genius. Granted, I don't want him to leave either. I will be perfectly honest. I don't want him to leave either. But you gotta let a person have their opportunities when they come up here too. Here. I think we're all been appreciative of what he's done here for the Detroit Lions. And I hope that the next person that comes in kind of has that same mentality of the creativeness and how to get people open. And it really does help to have the players there, too. The players have been playing out of their minds the last, since that last one after their 1-7 record, which was back in 2022. I mean, and they started that win streak. This team has been some light bulb must have went off at that point, and they rattled off those almost 8 consecutive wins to be 9-8 and to defeat the Green Bay Packers and send Aaron Rodgers back into the Jets. That's how long this has been going on for. And I really hope Detroit and Michigan and Detroit Lions fans really appreciate what we're seeing here, because we might not never see this again here within another 70 years, and by that time I'll be in the ground and popping up daisies. You know, it sounds morbid, but that's kind of how this is. This is something that I hope Detroit really does appreciate. The fan support has been fantastic, even ever since that first game against Kansas City, where we ended up winning that by 1, which was 21-20. I actually remember the score on this one. This team is special. I will put it that way. This team is special. At least in my lifetime, I don't ever remember seeing a team like this. Maybe the '83 team when I was just a little guy and catching glimpses of them when they probably really should have been in the NFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl that year. But the 49ers were playing good at the time, and they ended up stopping them that year. I think it was '83, right around that one year. The 1 year where they had probably a pretty good team, not this level of good, but a pretty good team. I will admit it that. And then you had the '91 team where we just got decimated by Washington, and Washington ended up winning the Super Bowl back when they were called the Redskins. I hope everyone really appreciates what we're seeing here. It's this next man up mentality. You give us this look and we will pound you. It's this, or put it right over the top with you. Montgomery, Gibbs, Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Keyleth Raymond. Goodness. Even the offensive line, Ragnow, Glasgow, Taylor Decker, all those guys. You guys know this is a special team. And even on defense, Brian Branch. I think Arnold can be good. He just has to not be so grabby. He's got to learn that the NFL is just a little bit different. He can't be so grabby. I mean, he can do it here and there, but he can't do it like he could in college. So that's a kind of a learning curve with him, and he's still a rookie. But I'll think he'll get it. The coaches are, I see him being less handsy, so the coaching is coming along with Arnold. My point here is, guys, I really know I didn't really get into anything analytical on this team, but you guys know. If you guys sat and watched a team, you guys know how good this team is. This team is, it's the point I keep making. We don't think we're good. We know we're good. That's the difference in the difference I see from this year's team and last year's team. People were kind of surprised by Detroit. Now people aren't surprised by him anymore, but they're still pounding the rock on him. Doing the air attack over top of him, doing play action. Goff has been playing out of his mind. I don't know how long this will kind of come up here, but this team, I really am appreciative of this team. It's a breath of fresh air to see a team this good in the top of the NFL. It's really never happened in Detroit. At least in my lifetime, it's never happened, and I'm 47 years old. It's never happened. So I just really hope people appreciate what they're seeing here in Detroit. I probably know this more like an opinion piece more than it is anything else, but anyway, I really do hope you guys see that. Haven't really heard much on the Tigers front, although the Dodgers won the World Series. I thought both teams should lose, even though that's not possible. I really don't like those other two teams because I think they kind of buy their way into the World Series each year. They don't develop any talent. They just take talent from other teams, plug them in, and they end up being going to the ALCS or if not the World Series. So that's out of the way. It's a good day when the Yankees don't win the World Series, I will put it that way. Some people vehemently disagree with me because they're the biggest market in America, if not the world. I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. It's a good day when the Yankees don't win the World Series. So, anyway, off my soapbox on that. Michigan and Michigan State both lost today. They lost to Michigan State, lost to Indiana, and Michigan lost to Oregon. And kind of in the same way, they kind of lost to Texas back when they were the number one team in the country. They did score 17 points. I will say probably the defense kind of lightened up a little bit for Oregon to have them score that much. Hold on. All right, here, guys. Where did I leave off at here? I think we might have been getting into the Michigan State game. Indiana played Michigan State, and they won. And Oregon played Michigan, and they won. It was kind of more of the same for Michigan. The defense just isn't really good enough to go up against these top-tier teams. Now, they may be able to go up against maybe an Indiana or Maryland or Purdue or anything like that, but against an Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, any of these top-level tier teams, well, I'm going to retract my statement on Indiana. They might lose it to Indiana, but I don't even know if they play them. I would have to look at their schedule. The defense just isn't there to help them out. Now, Michigan State has a couple of woes themselves. The offense kind of seems to be woeful, and the defense is kind of right where Michigan's is, right around there. It was a pretty evenly matched when they met in Ann Arbor. I thought with Michigan kind of pulling away there at the end, but I thought they were two evenly matched teams there. The Dusty May era I haven't seen in basketball. I know that they've kicked off the NCAA season last night. I see they on the news today both teams won. I didn't catch the games here, but I'm going to keep an eye on how Dusty May does here at the Michigan program now with Juwan Howard and all that stuff kind of going on. I'm actually surprised Juwan Howard wasn't kicked as the coach earlier for his antics, more or less, is what it is. Don't get me wrong. I love Juwan Howard. I'm glad he came to Michigan. I'm glad the Fab Five were here. But as a coach, you cannot be doing the stuff that you did and think you can continue to be a coach somewhere else. The institutions are not going to tolerate that. Even if it's at the high school level, they're not going to tolerate that, especially at the college and pros. Now, I'm surprised Michigan kind of let it go on for as long as they did. But that kind of is what it is there with that. So I'm going to keep an eye on Dusty May, see how he does. I don't think they're going to win the Big Ten championship or anything like that. My guess is here, I'm hoping for a low bid in the NCAA tournament. And the consolation prize would be the NIT. I think they're a good enough team to be that. If they fail those two things, I think it's a missed opportunity for Michigan in the first year head coach. I just don't think that Michigan is the lowest tier team. I don't think that. Now maybe their play might say otherwise when they get into Big Ten play, but I don't see this team being. I certainly don't think they're going to win the Big Ten, and I don't think they're going to win the national. Certainly not win the national championship. But I think they could make a couple of. If they get to the NIT, I think they could probably win a couple of games. But again, that's the constellation prize. I think getting into the first day of the NCAA tournament would be a good first step for this team. We're just going to have to wait and see how all that plays out. So, with that, I'm going to kind of put it up here. I'm going to mesh these two videos together. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Give it a thumbs down if you do not. Put your comments down below, guys. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you guys get more videos just like this one. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces. Take care, guys.